So I just want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody up here on this panel is somebody that I do business with and I believe in. They have the, same mindset with taking care of the customer and making sure that everything's done correctly. So with that being said, we're going to kick this off. And our first presenter is somebody that actually I've done work with, Matthew Rebstock with Tech in a Flash. Matthew, a little quick story on Matthew is he saved Renegade Roofing and Construction considerable amount of money. We had got hacked with our email and sent out a transfer, a wire transfer, I believe around $50,000. And I picked up the phone because I knew Matthew, and Matthew told us what to do, and thankfully he saved us. So Matthew, helps construction companies and other industries, but this is somebody that I truly believe in, someone that I can tell you firsthand knowledge has done work. So with that being said, Matthew Reepstock with Tech in a Flash.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate that. So who am I? Let's see. There we are. Yeah, he pretty much announced it at this, but I'm trying to bring a lot of information to businesses in Southwest Florida about IT security because there's a lot of issues. I don't know if you guys know it, but you're under attack right now. The hackers that are abroad throughout the outside of the country specifically, they know how much insurance money is coming to Southwest Florida, and we've been seeing a significant uptick in the amount of hacks that are happening. So, just how many people here actually practice any kind of cybersecurity in their company, or has somebody that focuses on that? Okay, we got a couple of people here. So at least I know I'm in the right place. I'm talking to people that maybe haven't put a lot of weight into this. Um, like Paul said, we had, let's see, I think last year we had 17 different events from companies in Southwest Florida. They ranged anywhere from about $7,000 events to 440,000. So my goal tonight is just to give you at least one takeaway to kind of focus on cybersecurity, implement something inside of your company. If you need to know more information, I actually wrote a book on cybersecurity, like a little guide for small businesses. See us back at the table over there. I'll give you a copy of it. Next slide. Let's see if that works. Does it work? It works. That's amazing. Okay. Um, so who heard of the MGM hack, the recent one? MGM hack? Nobody? Nobody watches the news? What's going on? Okay. So that was a beautiful case of social engineering. Somebody basically perpetrated or pretended to be an employee from the company, called into their IT support, and was able to gain access to their systems that took down pretty much like all of their booking systems, their key cards and whatnot. So you figure MGM probably has a dedicated team to cybersecurity, and this still happened to them. So the big thing is making sure that you have some sort of presence inside of your business to make sure that you're protecting that. Next slide. Anybody hear about the water treatment plant in Florida that somebody hacked and essentially almost increased the, I think it's the sulfur dioxide, like basically contaminated the water and poisoned like, tens or hundreds of thousands of people. Um, they have government regulations that tell them that they need to have cybersecurity in place, and they still got hacked. Next slide. All right. Anybody remember that text message that went out? I don't know how long ago, it was 2018 or whatever, that said there was a ballistic missile coming to Hawaii and everybody panicked. Anybody remember that text? Okay. So the whole reason why that happened was essentially because this gentleman who works in their mission control center posts a picture on Facebook, and that's his password there on the monitor. So now you don't have to raise your hands. I know probably about 55 to 60% of this crowd has a sticky note with a password, whether it's under your keyboard, in your drawer, on your monitor, or whatever it happens to be. I want to talk to you about password hygiene. Okay. How many people store the password in their browser when it says they plug it in and they says, click save, remember it? Do you do that? Okay. So we perform these cybersecurity risk assessments for clients that it takes me about 2.5 minutes to get all of those passwords in plain text. The hackers do this day in and day out, it takes them about 30 seconds to get it. That is not a secure way. And don't think that you're going to do something creative like put passwords in the notes inside of your phone, the contacts inside of your Outlook, anything like that. Good password hygiene, you basically want to make sure that you implement some sort of password manager. We have a great one that we provide to our clients. We got a couple of them in the crowd here. That password manager allows you to share passwords, make sure that it's not the same password across multiple sites. And it makes sure that you provide some sort of authentication into it. So a couple of good ones out there: Keeper Security, LastPass. If you want to come talk to me about the one that we offer, that's the big thing. Is just make sure that you know the passwords that you have, that they're unique across the board. And when I say unique, don't do things like fluffy123, and then for Facebook you've got fluffy123 exclamation mark, because when your password goes out onto the dark web, anybody hear of the dark web? Okay, so dark web's like the black market for information on the internet. So when you, let's say target.com gets hacked, which actually happened, if your password's in there, it's going to go out onto the dark web. The hackers are going to see your username, your password in plain text. They've got a robot that they can plug it into that goes across all of the websites in their database: Bank of America, Chase, whatever. So if you're using that same password across the board, the likelihood of them getting into something that they can monetize, whether it be a financial account or an account where they can buy gift cards for you through UPS or whatever it happens to be, they will monetize that. So just make sure that you're doing some good work with your password management. I think next slide here. Skip one more slide. There we go. Perfect. So, one of the things that we're doing here, I've dedicated a lot of resources in my company to educating people on password management. We can do a free password vulnerability scan for your business. There's no obligation to do business with us. I just want you guys to understand what the risk is out there. Because the 17 companies that we dealt with last year, after we are done doing the remediation for them, and we told them exactly how they got in, they said, I have no clue. So I want to solve that problem and make sure that you guys have a clue on what's necessary to put in place to protect one of the most valuable resources that you have, your business.